seal. Like my own private Taskmaster episode. Cool. And there it lies, the Spesyn 3. It is a driver, a tapping tool, and a handheld drill press all in one. We've got the case, got some accessories over there which we'll get to in a moment. 2 batteries, they are 18 volt 2 amp hour batteries, and they have a USB-C port on them for charging them up, so you can charge them sort of anywhere on the go. They've got green LEDs which are not very bright. There is a side handle, USB-C lead, a charging adapter, which unfortunately for this part of the world has the wrong plug on it. The drill press attachment, very interesting. Then we have the drill itself, which is a bit space age looking, probably wouldn't be out of place on the deck of the USS Enterprise or some other nerdy sci-fi reference, just stick in whichever one you want. Yeah, and it does some interesting things which we will explore as we go along. So let's get into it. Oh, I'll just quickly show you this. So this was sent to me by Spesyn, and if you want one at any point, have a look down in the description. There'll be some links and probably in the comments. So this is a kit of different bits. As you can see, we've got a bunch of driver bits, nut setters, countersink bit, we've got drill bits, tapping bits, more drill bits, and we've even got some for going through glass and ceramic and stuff at the top there. Unfortunately this was broken in here, there's a couple of bits snapped out, so it doesn't quite work properly anymore, and it doesn't quite shut properly, unfortunately. I have a 10mm or 3/8 of an inch piece of Japanese steel here, and I am going to use some of the drill bits and taps that came in the kit, came with the drill, and I'm going to drill a 5mm hole and use a 6mm tap with the tapping feature on the drill and see how that all works. Okay, wait on tools. How is that going to work? The drill is sticking out past the guide here. Well, it's not a problem because, hello, what's going on here? We can pull that back. And if we couldn't pull it back far enough, if for instance the drill bit was sticking out just there, we can move this like so, lock it back in again, and now we have an extended front bit. I'm going to start off in max speed and then just sort of see how it goes and have a bit of a fiddle as we go along. Hear how it stopped after it went through? I like that. Now that's quite a workout for pretty much any drill, and that did really well, and being able to hold it dead in place and just push down on the handle made that so much easier than most of the times when I have to do that. That was, yeah, much better and much quicker and much easier than I thought it was going to be. I didn't burn out the drill bit either on max speed, so that's good too. We drilled the hole without oil, but are we going to tap the hole without oil? And how's this thing going to work? Is it going to go forward and back like you would if you were tapping? Well, let's shove this into tap mode. I think we'll just try it without the oil, eh? I'm a little bit scared to know what's going to happen and whether I should have the shroud on it or not. Okay, it's ramping up to speed. But I think for this first test we will whack it down. Let's go about half. Let's go 10 and see what happens. I am not doing that. The tool is doing that by itself. Very cool. I've always wanted a Metabo tapping drill, but maybe I don't need one now. Let's just have a look and see if we are through our piece of steel underneath. Oh, it's getting easier. I think we are. I can just take my Right, we are through completely. There you can see our tap all the way through. It's not very straight, slightly off. Some of that might just be the tool pulling it. I guess I could have done that with this on it, and then we would have got it dead straight. Wanted to see it a bit clearer though that first time and just see how it worked, and it worked just how I hoped it would. And there we go. Let's grab a bolt and see if it'll go in. I've got a driver bit in here now. We're gonna drill, tap, and then put our bolt in all with the same tool. I've got the drill on the very lowest setting so we don't stuff anything up. Let's see how we go. Perfect. So that was on drive. So we've just done drill, tap, drive with one tool. That all went better than I hoped. It's pretty light with the side handle and battery coming in at only 1.6 kgs. You'll see a picture of a screw and some wood there, or metal, whatever it happens to be. And you've got your speed control. Way more increments than you get with most drills. So basically from 1 to 20 settings on drive, so that's for putting in your screws. We put it back on tap, you'll see slightly different picture, not hugely different, just you can see the top of the screw head in that one, and you can't see it on that one. That's tap mode, basically same, 20 different speeds. And on drill, it's a little bit cleverer, but not at the moment, so basically the same, boom. But when we put the front on, when I lock it on, just take note of the screen, and I'm locking it on. Now we have a depth setting. How cool is that? So now we can push this button at the bottom. So you can use this drill to get exact depth holes for when you're tapping or drilling, whatever you happen to be doing. You need to go down a certain depth because you don't want to pop out the other side. Then this is perfect. I'm going to drill some holes in some timber now. I have an 8mm brad point bit that came in the kit with this, and as you can see I've extended the front. We're going to drive to about, let's do 10mm holes. Now you activate the tool by pulling the trigger, and hopefully you can see the screen. Basically I'm going to push down to my starting point, which is there, which is minus 21.5. We'll now reset that to 0 and we will drill. And there we go, 10mm, boom. With it set like that, I can drill any hole to any depth I want without having to think too much about it, without having to do a whole lot of setup. Just bang, press the reset button, drill till I see it hit 10, take my finger off the trigger. Easy. I'll just show you what happens when we drill all the way down until it stops, because it will stop. Bang, it has stopped at 20.9. Why has it stopped at 20.9? Because I have reached the depth limit of pushing this handle down. Now I could set the front a bit different so we get a bit deeper than 21.9. So basically when you start drilling, the pressure of the material has pushed the drill up like this, and as you push down on the handle, drilling into your substrate, when you get to there, you'll hear it go beep beep. You've reached maximum depth, so it cuts out. No point drilling if it ain't doing anything. Now this lighting isn't great to see the back of this thing. It's perfectly easy to look at with my eye, but I can see on the camera when I move my hand away like that, it disappears. But it's definitely there. So I've got it set at 0 with a different size drill bit, and I'm gonna just see what it goes down to. Hopefully it stays in shot. So you can see there the maximum depth it'll go to is 41.6mm. And we've cut out 1mm to spare because of the length of the drill bit. So we've got a 40mm maximum basically depth of drilling when you have this on. Take that off, you're limited just by your drill bit like you normally would be. As for the size of drill bits, you can't be putting massive things in this. That there is as big as you're going to get, I'm afraid. 10mm, which is still pretty good, right? Lots of small drills are only 10mm chucks. So overall, so far, not a bad little unit. Just going to go test how good those lights are inside in the dark. So in the dark, does it light up where you want it to light up? Well, it's not too bad, but it's lighting up down here rather than up here. Does it have a variable speed trigger? Let's find out. It most certainly does. And what about charging? I haven't had a go at that yet. Let's plug it in here to the USB-C port with, of course, a USB-C lead. And there we go. Charging off my television. How cool is that? So if you've got a phone charger in your workshop and you're not charging your phone, you could just hook that straight on. So what I'm loving about this tool so far, the tapping feature, and this comes off. That's now locked. Use it as a normal drill. Put that on, flick the lever, and now you can plunge drill. Use it like a drill press. Now, if you want something different from this, if you want to make your own ones, you can. You can just like 3D print them and stuff and make different designs, make them on slopes. I'll put some up on the screen here of different designs. I love the idea of having a curved one so that you can drill into pipes and tube and that sort of stuff, because trying to drill into a pipe with a standard drill, as I'm sure you're probably aware, is very difficult. But if you've got something that just locks over the tube, and then you can just, you know, you're not going to stuff it up, right? You can just pull the trigger and away you go. And that's also what's great about this. You know, you don't have to like pre-drill holes, mark holes. You don't have to punch holes in steel to start and stuff, because this thing is quite grippy. It's got some sort of rubbery, like TP overmolding sort of stuff on there. And so it grips quite nicely, so you don't have to put that starting dot on your metal. You can just sort of line up your drill where you want it, push down, and then pull the trigger, push down on the handle, and away you go. And you can drill in exactly the right place without the drill bits skating around on you. Same drilling perpendicular. If you want to drill on the wall, bang, you know you're at 90 degrees to the wall all the time. Super handy. I mean, that's just, it's so simple, yet, yeah, I haven't seen another drill that's got one on it. So very cool feature, very cool with the tapping as well, built into the same tool. I love that. That will be my favorite feature of this particular drill. Now, I wouldn't take this particular drill to a full-on job site if you're building a house or anything like that, because there's lots of places for shit to get jammed in it and stuff, and it's not tool grade plastic, shall we say. It's not nylon, it just seems to be ABS or something similar. So you're going to have to look after it a little bit. It'll be fine for home workshops, DIY guys. If you're a tidy, clean respecter of tools, then you should be fine. But not the sort of tool you should be throwing around into a toolbox, because you're going to end up damaging something on it, such as this front piece or some of the mechanism here. Oh, I haven't showed you the electronic clutch yet. Let's have a look at that. Now, you can of course use any hex shank driver bit. You don't have to use the ones that come with the drill, of course. It's a standard 3-jaw chuck. It's a one-handed chuck, so nice and easy to tighten up. We've got the tool set on max on the drive setting, and we're going to see just how we go here. So, going to keep going and going. Okay, plenty of grunt to keep that screw driving all the way through that piece of timber. But I don't want to do that because it'll go into my worktop. So, I'm now going to crank it right down to the other end. And we'll see what happens. Are we ready? I have not taken my finger off the trigger. Okay, so it won't go in any further. That's the electronic clutch kicking in. So let's now ramp it up to 5, see if we can get in a little bit further. Okay, 5 turned out to be pretty much perfect. Look at that, just below the surface, so that's good. Let's see if that's repeatable. Look at that, that's nice. It's working well. So if it's working good on 5 like that, why does it need to go up to 20? Well, you're not always going to be driving little screws like that, right? So that's the Spesyn 3 It's pretty new, so it's not even on Kickstarter yet at time of filming this, but if you look down in the description, hopefully there's some links down there if you're interested in getting one or finding out a bit more information or finding out the price. Hopefully by the time the video goes up, it'll be down there. Till then, see you next time.